listeners! Welcome to our channel, Learn English with Podcast. Welcome to today's episode where we're setting the stage for your best year yet in learning English. If you didn't quite hit your language goals in 2024, don't worry, you're not alone, and it's never too late to start again. This year, we're going to help you take control, crush your fears, and make 2025 the year you finally level up your English. Whether you're just starting or picking up where you left off, it's all about making small, consistent steps, setting achievable goals, and believing in your potential. So, get ready to leave the doubts behind and step into a new chapter of growth, because this is your year to shine. But before we dive into today's topic, let's quickly introduce today's guests, James and Taylor. Let's get started.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's episode.
We're so excited to kick off this episode because it's not just the start of a new podcast. It's the start of a brand new year.
That's right. A new year is the perfect time to reflect on the past and set new goals. But first, let me ask you this. Did you set a goal to improve your English in 2024 but didn't quite stick to it?
If the answer is yes, don't worry. You're not alone. Life gets busy, and sometimes our goals take a back seat. But here's the thing. We're not here to dwell on what didn't happen. We're here to focus on what can happen in 2025.
Absolutely. This year can be your best year yet for learning English. It's not about perfection or mastering everything at once. It's about progress, consistency, and using the right strategies to make learning enjoyable and
even
effective.
If you feel like you're starting from scratch, that's okay. Remember, every expert in English was once a beginner too. The key is to take it one step at a time.
In today's episode, we'll share practical tips, motivational advice, and actionable strategies to help you not just learn English but truly level up. From setting achievable goals to using creative methods and building confidence, we've got you covered.
So sit back, relax, and let us guide you. This year is yours to shine. And we're here to make sure you feel confident and motivated to make 2025 your best year for learning English. Let's get started.
So, let's dive into our first point. It's never too late to start learning English. Whether you're 15, 25, or 55, the journey to fluency doesn't have an expiration date.
That's so true. I recently read about a woman who started learning English in her 60s because she wanted to communicate with her grandchildren who lived abroad. By the time she turned 65, she was confidently speaking English and even giving small speeches at family gatherings.
Wow, that's inspiring. And it just goes to show that the only thing holding us back is the belief that we've missed the chance. The truth is, every day is an opportunity to start.
Exactly. If you didn't learn English in 2024, don't feel bad about it. Life happens, and we can't always follow through with our plans. But here's the good news. 2025 is a brand new chapter. You can start small and work your way up.
Think of it like planting a tree. The best time to plant it might have been years ago, but the second best time is today. The effort you put in now will pay off in the future.
And let's not forget, learning English isn't just about grammar and vocabulary. It's about connecting with others, exploring new opportunities, and building your confidence. Those things don't come overnight, but with consistent effort, they will come.
Also, don't let past struggles define you. If you've tried learning English before and felt like you weren't improving, that's okay. Maybe the methods weren't right for you. This time, we'll focus on practical strategies that actually work.
That's right. And remember, progress is more important than perfection. Even learning one new word a day is progress. It's those small, consistent steps that add up to big results.
So, to everyone listening, it's never too late to start, and it's never too late to succeed. The key is to believe in yourself, take the first step, and keep going no matter how small that step might be.
And trust us, 2025 is your year to shine. You've got this.
All right, now that we've talked about how it's never too late to start, let's move on to the next crucial step, setting achievable goals.
Yes, this is where a lot of learners go wrong. They set goals that are way too big or vague, like, I want to speak fluent English by the end of the year. While it's great to dream big, goals like that can feel overwhelming and unrealistic.
Exactly, and when goals feel out of reach, people lose motivation. That's why it's important to break them down into smaller, actionable steps. A great way to do this is by using SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound.
Let's break that down. For example, instead of saying, I want to improve my English, you can set a specific goal like, I will learn 10 new words every week. It's measurable because you can track how many words you've learned. And it's achievable because 10 words a week isn't overwhelming.
And it's relevant because it directly improves your vocabulary, which is essential for speaking and understanding English. Lastly, it's time-bound because you've set a weekly deadline.
Another example could be, I will practice speaking English for 15 minutes every day. It's a small, manageable goal that makes a huge difference over time.
I love that. And here's another tip. Focus on both short-term and long-term goals. Short-term goals keep you motivated because you can see immediate progress. For instance, mastering common phrases for daily conversations in a month is a short-term goal.
Long-term goals, on the other hand, keep you focused on the bigger picture, like being able to have a full conversation with a native speaker by the end of the year.
Another thing to remember is that goals should be flexible. Life happens, and sometimes you won't be able to meet your goal for the week, and that's okay. The important thing is to keep going and adjust your goals if needed.
And don't forget to celebrate small wins. If you successfully complete your goal for the week, reward yourself. It could be something simple like watching your favorite English show or treating yourself to a nice meal.
Rewards are great motivators. They keep you excited about learning and help you associate progress with positive feelings.
So, listeners, take a moment to think about your goals for 2025. Write them down, make them smart, and start small. Remember, consistency is key, and every step, no matter how small, brings you closer to fluency.
This year, let's focus on achievable goals, steady progress, and celebrating every success. You're already on the right track just by listening to this podcast. Now that we've talked about setting achievable goals, let's dive into the fun part: how to actually learn English in practical, effective ways this year.
Yes, learning English doesn't have to be boring or repetitive. In fact, the more enjoyable you make it, the faster you'll improve. Let's explore some practical methods to help our listeners level up their English in 2025.
First, commit to practicing every day, even if it's just for 15 to 30 minutes. Small, consistent efforts are far more effective than trying to cram everything into one long session.
Absolutely. For example, try starting your day by writing a short journal entry in English. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just write about your plans for the day or how you're feeling.
And if journaling isn't your thing, record yourself speaking about a topic for a few minutes. Listening to your own voice helps you identify areas for improvement and track your progress over time.
One of my favorite ways to learn any language is by combining it with entertainment. Watch English TV shows, movies, or YouTube channels. Choose something you genuinely enjoy so it doesn't feel like studying.
That's a great point. And here's a tip: start with subtitles in your native language, then switch to English subtitles as you get more comfortable. Eventually, try watching without subtitles to test your comprehension.
Podcasts are another fantastic option. Like this one. Listening to conversations in English exposes you to natural sentence structures and pronunciation.
Don't forget music. Learn the lyrics to your favorite English songs and sing along. It's a fun way to improve your pronunciation and rhythm. Reading and listening are important, but speaking is where the real magic happens. If you're not practicing speaking regularly, you're missing a big part of the puzzle.
True. Start by talking to yourself. Describe what you're doing as you go about your day. For example, I'm making coffee. Now I'm adding sugar. It might feel silly at first, but it builds confidence.
And try to find a speaking partner. You can join online language exchange platforms or connect with fellow learners. If that's not possible, record yourself speaking and play it back to evaluate your fluency.
Vocabulary is the foundation of any language. One practical method is using flashcards to learn new words. Apps like Anki or Quizlet make it easy to review words on the go.
But don't just memorize the words. Learn them in context. For example, instead of memorizing happy, learn a phrase like, I'm happy to see you. This helps you understand how to use the word naturally.
This one is scientifically proven. Reviewing what you've learned right before going to bed helps store it in your long-term memory.
Yes, before you sleep, quickly go over the new words or phrases you learned that day. You don't need to spend hours. Just a few minutes of revision can make a huge difference. Another practical tip is to keep a learning log. Write down what you've studied each day, what you found difficult, and what you want to work on next.
This helps you track your progress and stay motivated. Plus, it gives you a clear roadmap of what you've achieved and where you're headed. Role-playing real-life scenarios is a great way to practice English. Imagine you're ordering food at a restaurant, booking a hotel, or introducing yourself at a party.
Even better, if you're traveling, immerse yourself in situations where you have to use English. Practice asking for directions or having small talk with strangers.
That's so true. When you make a mistake, it's an opportunity to learn and grow. The key is to not get discouraged and to keep trying. Finally, don't forget to celebrate your wins, big or small. Reward yourself when you complete a goal, like learning 50 new words or speaking in English for 10 minutes without hesitation.
Yes, celebrating keeps you motivated and reminds you of how far you've come.
To all our listeners, the methods we've shared today are practical, fun, and achievable. Remember, learning English isn't about being perfect, it's about progress.
With these strategies, you'll not only improve your English but also enjoy the journey. So, let's make 2025 the year you level up your English. Alright, listeners, we've shared some amazing strategies so far, but none of it will matter unless you believe in yourself. Confidence is the key to success in learning English, or anything for that matter.
That's right, James. One of the biggest obstacles learners face isn't grammar or pronunciation. It's self-doubt. Many people think, I'm not good enough, or I'll never be fluent. But here's the truth. If you believe you can, you're already halfway there.
Absolutely, let's flip the script. Instead of saying, I can't speak English, say, I'm learning to speak English. Notice the difference? One shuts the door, and the other keeps it open.
And remember, no one becomes fluent overnight. Even native speakers don't know every word in the dictionary. Progress takes time, and every small step forward is a win.
Here's a tip for building confidence. Focus on what you can do, not what you can't. Maybe you can greet someone in English, or maybe you can order a coffee. That's a huge accomplishment. Build on those small victories.
Also, don't compare yourself to others. Everyone's journey is different. Some people learn faster while others take their time, and that's okay. The important thing is to stay committed to your path.
And let's not forget the power of positive reinforcement. Surround yourself with people who encourage you. If you don't have that support in person, find it online. There are so many communities of English learners cheering each other on.
Another tip is to visualize your success. Picture yourself having a smooth conversation in English or writing an email with ease. That mental image will push you to work harder.
And when you make mistakes, and you will, don't be too hard on yourself. Mistakes are proof that you're trying, and every mistake is a lesson learned.
So, to all our listeners, you are capable of learning English. You have what it takes to succeed. Believe in yourself, trust the process, and don't give up.
2025 is your year to shine. The only thing standing between you and fluency is your belief in yourself. So, let's make it happen together. Alright, listeners, we're at the end of our episode, and if there's one thing we want you to take away, it's this. 2025 is your year to shine. It's your chance to achieve what you couldn't in the past, to take control of your English learning journey, and to finally break through the barriers holding you back.
Remember, learning English isn't about being perfect. It's about progress, consistency, and confidence. Whether you're starting from scratch or picking up where you left off, the most important step is to start and to keep going.
And don't let the setbacks of 2024 define your future. Every day is a new opportunity to learn, to grow, and to move closer to fluency. If you set achievable goals, follow practical methods, and most importantly, believe in yourself, you will see amazing results.
Think about where you could be this time next year. Imagine holding a conversation with confidence, understanding movies without subtitles, or writing a flawless email. These aren't just dreams, they're goals within your reach.
Take it one step at a time. Celebrate your small victories, stay consistent, and never give up. You're capable of far more than you realize, and we're here to remind you of that.
So let's make 2025 the year you stop doubting yourself and start believing in your potential. It's time to take action, embrace the journey, and become the confident English speaker you've always wanted to be.
You got this, listeners. We're rooting for you every step of the way. Here's to making 2025 your best year yet.
Until next time, keep learning, stay motivated, and never forget, you are closer to success than you think. Let's make it happen.
to better English and unstoppable confidence starts here. Like, share, and subscribe. Let's keep growing together. See you in the next video, champion.